Hi everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, please hit the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet already. Please hit the bell button to get an alert every time I upload new content, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. That would make me very happy. Today's video is a first impressions and I get ready with me. I get ready with myself. I get ready with me for my eyes only. I will only be doing my eyeshadow today because it would be long if I did everything. But with the new Kat Von D Shade and Light Glimmer palette, I love this. It is beautiful. It's less glittery than I had heard that it was and I had feared that it was, and I'm happy about that because I can rock a shimmer, but glitter sometimes is a little bit too much. And I used this for everything today with the exception of I used a little bit from the original Shade and Light palette just to give me a little more matte. There is one color in here that I used kind of all over my eye. It's Porcelain, and but the other ones are pretty shimmery. Actually, I also used Dune. Well, you'll see it, and I'll insert some swatches here. So the first one's Porcelain, Copper, Bronze, and Sterling, and then Dusk, Cinder, Onyx, and Glacier, and then Dune, Rust, Jasper, and Quartz. So yeah, if you'd like to see how I got this look and kind of get into this palette a little bit, please keep watching. Alright, so I've already done my whole face. I've put on moisturizer and sunscreen and whatnot, and the only thing that I put on my eyes is my Tarte Clean Slate 360 degree creaseless eye primer. This is clear, and I didn't want to put on anything. I've been using the MAC Painterly Paint Pot recently, and I didn't want to put down anything that was going to give me any color, but I do always use a primer just for longevity, and I'm not going to be like checking in throughout the day. I suspect these are going to pretty much stay in place, and I'm also using, because I always use a setting spray, today I'm actually using Urban Decay D-Slick, and I already started with that, and then I'll finish with that too. So I'm just gonna go in. I was thinking that I didn't know if this was all going to be shimmer. I was imagining that I'd be, I'm pointing to my Shade and Light palette, which is on deck, just in case, because I wasn't clear on how I was gonna be able to work with the full palette of shimmer. Still I may be able to kind of do all that I need with this new Glimmer palette, but just in case I want to have that on deck. So I'm going to go in with Porcelain, and I'm going to put it everywhere just to give me a base of a color that's close to my own pale skin. And I'm going in with, this is the dual-sided brush from the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette, and I am going to just tap this off, not getting too much, but I am getting some. It is kicking up a little bit, so I just want to not get it on my face. This is not the color that I'm the most concerned about because the other colors are obviously darker and not similar to my skin tone. That is pretty. Neutral, not anything that's making me go wow, but it's nice. It's just not, well, it is pretty actually. It's a pretty color. It's not, there's not a lot there. It's very neutral, but it's actually really giving me a lot of color payoff. Again, I didn't put any kind of neutralizer or anything down, and that's actually really good. I take it back. I am impressed. Okay, so this is going to be probably dissimilar. I'm looking at this color. This is Dune. This is really the only color that I think I could Dune and Dusk. So this is Dusk, and that's Dune, and they're both fairly shimmery. Well, I'm going to try. I'm going to try as much as I can to just use this palette. So I'll go in first with Dune. That seems a little bit warmer. And I'm using the Sephora Pro Crease brush. This is pretty fluffy, and I'm going to tap this off. And actually, I'll bring you in closer so you can see things kind of building. All right, here we go. That's pretty. My understanding is that it's all really designed to be shimmery and then glittery. So certainly what I'm trying to avoid for my crease is glitter. This is a little shimmery, but it's not, it's more like a really amped up satin. It's hard to describe actually. It's actually really pretty. And the other color that's, I'm not going to call it matte, but Dusk is the other one. This guy again. And it's almost like a taupey. It looks a little more champagne-y on my finger, but it looks kind of taupey. I'll put in an image of the palette here in the palette. So I'm going to tap this off, and I'm using a Morphe E28 for this. And I'm going to go in my crease, get my hair out of my eyes. Okay, not seeing a lot with that, and I'm going in and getting a little more. Okay, I'm going to go in with the same color with a Zoeva 227. This is fluffy, but it's also kind of like a MAC 217, so it's denser, and I should be able to get better, I should be able to get it better exactly where I want it to be, kind of in my crease. That's interesting. It's almost like it's not there. So it does look, maybe it's because it really is champagne. Maybe it looks taupey in the palette, because it does look taupey in the palette. I inserted that image. But maybe it really is just champagne. It's hard to tell. I think I am going to go with one color from the Matte Shade and Light palette, just because I do want something. I'll go in with the center one here. It's Lazarus. I'll show you. It's there. And it's also taupey. In fact, now that I'm looking at it, I feel like an idiot. I guess they must be designed to be kind of the same. I'll insert an image of it because it looks like actually the layout is exactly the same as the matte palette is, so that makes sense. But I am confused about that center shade. I'm not sure what it's designed to do. So I'm going in with Lazarus from the Shade and Light palette. There. Oh, also, as I'm tapping, I'm noticing that the original Shade and Light palette is kind of that cardboard wood, and the new one is plastic, and it's jumping out at me only because it's making a louder noise when I'm tapping. No big whoop, but just interesting to note. Okay, I feel like I have a decent kind of shading situation going on in my crease now. Okay, now I'll begin to go in with kind of more of the colors. So I'm gonna lay down Glacier, and what I'm gonna use for that is my Real Techniques definer brush. I believe this is like a face definer brush. And I'm picking it up and tapping it off. And I'm gonna go in right in the center of my eyelid. So this is really white. So this is nice and shimmery. I haven't hit any of the ones that are glittery yet. They're all just really pretty shimmers. The black one looked like it was going to be more glittery, but as I'm looking at it now, it's hard to tell. Very, very fine glitter. I guess I am seeing some glitter, but very, very fine. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the same brush, and over the top of Glacier, I'll put down Sterling. So that's a more warm white, whereas Glacier is kind of a cool white. And this I'll put, yeah, Yeah, this is getting me a different kind of a color. This is pretty. I actually wonder if I should be using, though, I'm gonna grab my Veramona color switch. Sometimes eyeshadows can become switching. Now I'm thinking about two become one, the Spice Girls two become one, because sometimes when you're using shimmer shadows like this, two can become one. So I do want to try to make them as distinct as possible. I know I'd be able to get more clarification and clarity with them if I was using a setting spray or something like that. I suspect that I would actually. Maybe I'll do another get ready with me kind of thing, less of an initial impressions, but more of a get ready with me with some white or some nude colored laid down beneath it, just to see how the colors pop on their own. So I'm going to go black in with Glacier. This is the one that was the cool white in the center. Okay, it's pretty. It's sparkly, but it's not crazy shimmery. Then I'm going to go in with Copper, and I'm going to do my color switch and picking some up, and I'm going to go around the outside of this, kind of a halo. Just kind of build it up, going over my eye. It's pretty. And I'm not getting a lot of fallout, which is interesting, because I'm also not getting a lot of transfer, because I often get transfer and I often get fallout with, I guess I get it more with mattes. Transfer I definitely get more with glitters. It's coming along. I'm going to go in with Rust now, and I'll go around a little bit further around the perimeter of my eye with that. Pretty colors. Oh, that's really pretty. Can you see that? That is just a really nice orangey, coppery, pretty color. And I think I'll go back in the end and clean up the inside with more of that Glacier or Sterling color. I'm going to go in with the Morphe brush that I used before when I was trying to get dusk to work as a transition, just to kind of clean it up a little bit more. Okay, then I'm going to go in with my color switch. I'm going to go in with Quartz on my inner corner. What else do I want to do? It's interesting because I use color all the time, and I feel like I'm challenged when I'm forcing myself to use neutrals, which is good. Being challenged is always good. I'm going to go in with Sterling. That's the one that's a little bit warmer, just to pack a little more color on here. The Glacier's the one that's like a whiter, like a cooler white, and this one's like a nice champagne-y color. Okay, I'm gonna clean this off one more time with my, actually I'm gonna use an eyeliner brush. I'm using a Morphe M250S. And I'm gonna go in with Onyx and tapping. I'm gonna go in under my eye. Oh, this is going to be really pretty. I mean, it's pretty all the time, but pretty around the holidays too, or any time that you want to have a little extra sparkle. This is really pretty. And look at me putting eyeshadow under my eyes. I never do that. Trying to build content on this channel and make it be not me doing the exact same thing every single day is forcing me outside of my comfort zone, which is a really good thing. Although I can't avoid, it's so funny, on the bottom when I'm bringing out the eyeshadow. Even when I'm not trying to do a cat eye, I just kind of end up doing it anyway. I am a creature of habit. I don't think I'm going to use any liner today. Just going to use this. Is that done? I'm going to go in and blend one last time, and I think I'm done. All right, I'll do mascara and lipstick, and I'll be right back with some final thoughts and to say goodbye. All right, so this is the finished look. I finished with Benefit Roller Lash and Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and I used Rimmel Exaggerate in Easton Snob and ColourPop Dopey Ultra Satin Lip. It's a little bit different for me. There's no cat eye and there's no red lipstick, but I like this. It's forcing me to kind of get out of my comfort zone, and I like this a lot. I will, I think, in the future only use this new palette, the Glimmer palette, for things that are kind of glimmery and shimmery. I won't really rely on it, although using the porcelain color all over was really nice. A nice departure from just using a matte, because it's not totally matte. So I think I probably will use it with the regular Shade and Light palette. But yeah, I like this a lot, and I will go in and kind of do a lot more experimentation with it. So thank you so much for watching. A lot to do in the world, a lot to do on YouTube, and I really appreciate that you took some time to spend with me today. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and I'll see you very soon. Take care.